Yik ea yi satini stakat yuhan dech yagi ya yagi de gachenach Tuesday you do a sag dis yadi ya jin kat yawachi ya dis. Welcome in. It's the second day of the week, Tuesday. It's dis yadi or child moon, and 10 days have passed this month. So Shirley and I are excited to be back together teaching again. We've been teaching this class together since fall of 2022. And we want to introduce ourselves, tell you a little bit about what to expect from this class, and go from there. So Shirley, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, this is Shirley Kendall. That's my English name. My Lingit name is Shak Sanikik. Shak Sanikik. It literally means little sister to all the girls. And it came from a very famous weaver who was related to my mom. So when I was born, she decided to give me her name, even though she was still alive. She said, I know you don't give names out until after your name is not given to anyone until after you die. She said, but I'm going to give her my name. So that's how I got that name from Jenny Conant, who was a famous weaver in Haines, Chilkat. That's where my mom was from. So I'm Kagwantan. And we'll do a little more uh, information. And as Anna said, we have been working together as co-teachers to teach the beginning Lingit. And today we were a little bit worried because the mechanics and the technology didn't quite let us go until a little bit late. So starting to have our discussion. Usually we have a short get together before we start the class. So welcome to all of you, and we will do a little more introductions later as we go, but for now, we just want to get this class started. So I'll turn it back over to Anna.
Goodness, geez. My English name is Anna Clark. My Khoikhon Athabascan name is Nila Torat. And I got that name from my great grandma Lizzie, and we're Khoikhon Athabascan on my father's side. We're not Tlingit heritage. So me teaching Tlingit, I started learning as a guest when I lived in Juneau as a student. And I've been continuing to learn and teach Tlingit while I'm also learning and teaching my family's heritage language, which is Koyukon. But I'm excited to see you guys. Class times, just so that everybody knows, will be at this time of day, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12 to 1 p.m. Alaska time. We'll use the Zoom link that you are all able to, looks like, get a hold of today. And the dates for this class run from September 10th to December 4th. Like we mentioned today, we just want to introduce ourselves, get to know you guys. I'm going to be sharing some of the online resources that are available to us all for free. We'll have a little bit of a discussion regarding whether or not you guys are familiar with all of them or some of them. If you have questions so far, that's awesome. We'll talk to you about our schedule for the class and show you where you can find recorded classes of our previous terms on YouTube. So before we move on, we'd love to hear from you. It looks like there are 9 of us in here today. If you don't mind sharing, just unmute your mic and let us know your name, a language interest if you have one, and then not everybody knows their clan or where their family comes from, but if you do know the community your family's from or your clan, you're welcome to share that. It's not required though. So,
I can go first.
thank you.
I'm technically not a student. I'm signing in if anybody sees the name Vicky Soboloff. If you know her, she's not here. I have to use her sign in. She's my supervisor. My name is Corey Grant. I work for Clinky and Haida in the education department. I'm kind of running the Zoom meetings behind the scenes. I'll be logged in and stuff, but um, more behind the curtain, so to speak. My Tlingit name is Ganki. I don't know what it means. I am Ganach TD from the Frog House in Cluck. I'm from Haynes. I'm in Haynes now. This is where I live. Uh, I'll do my best to kind of check the chat and stuff. If I can answer questions, sometimes I can't. Maybe Anna can answer them and things like that. But I'm just kind of here to help out in the background. Good sheesh.
Corey's a huge help to us in this class. Gunnar Cheese. Shirley, were you starting to say something?
Yeah, I was just saying, thanks for your help, because we had some problems getting on this with technology this morning, so worked out okay.
Yeah, I had to restart my computer. I tried to use a new headset and it almost made my computer crash, so I'm glad we're all together now. Myron, you want to go?
Hello, my name is Myron Johnson. My Clinkin name is Clay Doc. I currently don't know what it means, but I will later. Um, I'm a raven from the Owl House, and uh, uh, sorry, I had, yeah,
Are you
Okay,
from Yakutat?
yeah.
nice. Goodness.
Okay.
Oh goodness, jeez. Sorry about that.
Okay, really good. Thank you. Let's see. Lennis, did I say your name right?
Yeah, hi, it's Lenny. Initial is the S. So I am actually a new public health nurse that is going to be working out of Ketchikan. And so I am interested in the language and the culture, not because it is mine, but because I'm going to be working with the culture and the people. And so I certainly hope that I'm not inappropriately trying to appropriate, because I'm not. I just want to be here and I want to learn as much as I can, even if it's just to say hello, thank you, goodbye. But that's, I would really like to just be appropriate and kind of engross myself in it. So that's why I'm here.
You're very welcome to be here.
Thank you.
You teach not just the language, but also the culture.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Seki, would you like to go?
Ganashish Blake Ka Kenach Trisha Johnson Drapo Yuhat Duasauk Klinkit Kenach Saki Yuhat Duasauk Daklawadi Hat Sati from Natasahini, Carcross Tagish First Nation in Yukon. Swedish Ka Métis Yadi Ayachat. Ach, ish deshitanach wisati. Goodness sheesh. My father was from Swedish and Métis people, and then he was adopted into the Deshitan clan. So, goodness sheesh, I'm looking forward to this. I've taken this class before with Shaksane Keith and Neela Toga before, and I really enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to it again. So goodness sheesh.
Okay, sheesh.
Okay. Selena, would you like to go?
Hello, my name is Felina Martinez. I'm Tlingit in Omaha. I grew up with my mom's tribe, Omaha. That's from Nebraska. Um,
Mm.
I met a lot of my dad's people in about 8 years ago now. So I'm just really trying to um, learn everything about my dad's side, which is the Tlingit side. And I've been attending this class, I think, since 2022. But I feel like I don't learn anything. I don't know if that's due to my age or
No.
like every time a class starts again, I feel like I'm starting over with the class.
We'll work on it. We'll keep talking about that too. Like, are we being too hard on ourselves? How can we measure our progress? Is there a different learning style that we need to accommodate? So, Gwyneth for sharing.
Okay, sheesh.
Let's see who else. Auk, would you like to go?
Oh, sorry, my camera's not working.
That's okay.
Ganashish Hatiyadi, Tauk Sayi, Leandra Yuchaduasauk, Tihu Yak, Anaut Enach Yuchaduasauk, Yanwa Shah Ayachat, Anaut Ka Suktanadi Yadi Ayachat, Kiksadi Ka Shutnachadi Dutch Ach Dachanuhu. I think I got that right. It's been a while. I apologize. But I'm really excited to be back into learning Tlingit again.
Okay.
Welcome, Yanwa Shah. I'm Yanwa Shah too.
She put a heart emoji on her screen, Shirley. So I think she was happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. A couple of you, we get to hear your Tlingit introductions. That's awesome. We have a couple left. Kajis Akla, would you like to go?
Yakke Ursatini, Tlingit Enach Kajizakla, Yuchat Duasak, Dleka Ena Christi Provos, Yuchat Duasak, Ishkatan Nachat Sati, Natasahini Kwan, Awe Uhan. Good to see everybody. My Tlingit name is Kaji Zakla. My English name is Christy Provost. I'm Ishkatan clan from Carcross area. Happy to be here. Good to see you.
Okay, sheesh.
See, Valerie, would you like to go? I always give people a second to find the unmute button if it's been a while since their last Zoom meeting. Sometimes people are away though, so let's try George. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Wasa iati
Tuyake, waeko.
yakayakh satini yayagi kade kaya lekhat yukhat do asak take away the yadi aya kwanye khat yati yayi that
Okay. Okay. I remember you from our, not last term, but maybe the term before. He's the chef, Shachsanikik.
Oh,
Yeah, our
Yeah.
chef is back.
um,
Yeah, I was not able to participate the last cycle due to a schedule conflict, but I did watch your videos.
Oh,
right. Oh, geez.
awesome. Okay, Valerie, if you come back and you want to introduce yourself, just give us a shout and we'll make space for you. In the meantime, we'll continue on. Thanks you guys for your introductions.
Is that everybody?
Yeah, except Valerie might be away from their computer because they.
Okay.
Oh, Valerie, did you want to go?
Where do you want the video?
There. Oh yeah, we see you now.
Okay, I'm ready. This is
Okay.
Valerie Jones. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm Tlingit Wushkitan. I went to Sitka High School. I now live in King County. And nice to meet you, everyone.
Sheesh.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for being here.
Is that everybody?
Yeah, that's everyone.
Okay, I want to go back to the individual that is planning to go to work in Ketchikan. I think she was the second
Mhm.
speaker.
That's I'm Lenny, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I know as you listen to all this and you realize, everybody's introducing themselves. And what we do in this class is if you don't have a native name or a Tlingit name, we have you pick out your own name that we can call you by, because we want to do as much as we can to make you part of the group. So if you can think about what name you would like to have, or we can have a discussion about different resources that you can look into, because it's only a pet name. It's not a legal adoption or anything like that. It's for the use in class.
Okay, I
Because
would like that.
yeah. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. We just did introductions and class days and times, but before we move on, are there any questions or comments so far about anything? Okay. You can just let us know as we go if something comes up for you. A couple things I said I would mention are our class schedule and our online resources. So for the schedule, Shirley and I get together and we plan the whole month schedule of what we're going to learn. And then we like to release the month schedule in the first week of every month. We're still working on the one for this month, so we'll hope to have it to you by next Thursday, just so that you can look ahead and plan, know what we're going to plan on learning that for each class.
Yeah, it's usually a rough schedule. It's subjects or what we want to talk about. So usually if we try to keep to that, but it is changeable. So we let you know in advance. So we have at least a pattern that you can kind of follow. If you miss a class, And I think Anna can tell you what to do if you miss a class.
Yeah. Absolutely. On that note, I'm going to show you some online resources, including where you can find our class recordings, both for this term as we continue to teach and in our past semesters that we've taught together. So first I'll take you all to YouTube, to the Tlingit and Haida YouTube channel. And then I'm going to take you to Renee's website, tlingitlanguage.com, and orient you with the different beginning resources that are available to us, free and online. So first is the YouTube channel. I'll put this link in the chat. I follow Tlingit and Haida on YouTube, meaning every time they post a video, it comes up in my feed. And I'll put their website in the chat here so that you can do the same if you're interested. Put it here. Okay. So that link is in the chat. And just to give you an overview of what it looks like, we have the channel at the top. You can subscribe to it, like and subscribe. It'll show up to you in different playlists, and Tlingit and Haida creates a lot of content, discussions, language classes. They have language classes for Tlingit, Khatkil, and Smalgach. And if you want to find ours specifically, I would go scroll down until you get to the playlist that says Lingit Classes. If you select it, then all of our recorded classes all the way from 2 years back will show up, and they're listed by date. So it'll say Lingit Class and then the date. The first term was taught by Paul Marks, and then if you go to play all, you can see all of them.
With so many choices on
Need to add, but just to give you an idea, Shirley and I started teaching together. I feel like it was October 8th to October 4th in 2022 is where you'll start to see our classes, and you can go all the way through our current class. After we record these classes, Tlingit and Haida goes through and edits them and then puts them online. So it usually just takes them a few days. Sometimes people ask us, oh, I missed class on Tuesday and I still don't see it on Thursday. Just give it a couple more days. Any questions on the YouTube channel? Okay. I also wanted to show you the tlingitlanguage.com, and you can just type tlingitlanguage.com into your web browser, and I'll also paste the link in the chat. But to show you how you would get there, type tlingitlanguage.com into your search bar, your browser, and it'll take you here. The most common place I go on tlingitlanguage.com, if you scroll down to this resources tab and hover over it, then you can find beginning materials as well as the dictionary. And then I'm going to share this link in the chat for folks. Oops. There. And some of the texts we use are this first one, Beginning Tlingit Workbook by Renee. And this is, he based this book off the original textbook Beginning Tlingit by the Downhowers, which is the book I first learned from. I like them both a lot, and they're both on here. You can find the dictionary as the second one. If you're going to use the dictionary, not that one. you can just go back up to the resources tab. The first item is dictionary. And then I would select PDF. And then there's an icon here for download. But before we go too far into it, has anyone used either of these resources before? Are you familiar with them? I see one thumbs up, a hand up, a thumbs up. Lots of thumbs up. Okay. Are there any comments or questions so far about these? When I teach, I always download. So if you select the icon in the upper right with the arrow pointing down, that takes you to a download option. And then what it'll look like is, let me open it for you in Adobe. I'm gonna open it for you here so you can get a look at them. So first I'll open the dictionary. Once you download it, the nice thing about it is there are a couple tabs that are helpful. So if you look on the left-hand side of my screen to this icon that looks like a bookmark and select it, this makes it a little easier to look words up because you can see there's a Lingit to English side. And then there's also English to Lingit side. So this part, Leit Kachenach, means English. So for example, if I wanted to look up sister, I would go from English to Lingit. I would open up the English side, scroll down to the letter S for the English word sister, click on it, and then open your search bar. I'm on a Mac, so that's Command F. If you're on a PC, it's Control F. That opens up this search bar in the upper right-hand corner. You can type in your English word you're going for and search it, and then you basically just hit enter and it'll scroll you through all of the entries for the word sister. So starting from the right section of the dictionary helps. It just makes it a little bit faster for you. And like I said, just keep hitting enter and it'll highlight each appearance in order that it appears in the dictionary. I tend to get lost in the dictionary because there's so much information. There's information about the word, where it comes from, how it's put together. I find that there's a lot of rich cultural information in a lot of the entries. There's example sentences. So it's just fun to look up words too.
Yeah, if you have the dictionary already, it takes quite a bit of time to find the words. And if you know how to spell it in the thing that, or get the right word in English. What's neat about this online program is you could do a search. It'll do it for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to do it fast, you can use this site to look up words. People usually want to know what their names mean, and sometimes you can take the name apart and look it up piece by piece. So that helps you.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Any comments or questions so far about the dictionary? Cool. I know there's a lot of steps to it, and this kind of can become a little bit of like a tech demo. And so basically what I try to do as we continue through the semester is just keep using it and showing you how I look words up. And if you have questions as we go, don't be shy. Oh, the other one we wanted to show you, the other beginning resource. So I'm back on clinkitlanguage.com. in resources. I'm gonna again go to beginning materials, select it. And one that I have, huh?
I apologize to interrupt, but are you screen recording by or sharing your screen by chance?
Yeah, is it showing you? Wait, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I have one yes, one no.
Yes.
I see it.
Okay. Okay, good. Are you able to see it now, Myron?
No, I guess it's just a me problem.
Oh,
Sorry
uh,
about that.
no, you're good. Let's figure it out. Are you on a tablet or a computer?
Computer. I could just follow along. I have it all set up.
Okay, cool. I'll keep putting the links in the chat so if there's another link, you'll be able to click it. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so now I'm in beginning materials and I'm scrolling down to a book link called Lingit Class. It's by Nora Marks Downhauer and Richard Downhauer. This is a Sea Alaska Heritage publication, and it's basically a phrase book. Lingit Class means say it in Tlingit.
That's a book that we use a lot in this class.
Yeah.
You can download it from Amazon, I think.
Yeah, I think you can. And you can get a free copy at this website where we're at now. To download it, you just select the link. And then again, you can just scroll through it here. Like right now, I'm looking at it through my online web browser. If you want to download it, the download icon is this down pointing arrow here. Just select it. I already have mine downloaded. So when you see me sharing my screen, which I'm gonna pull it open, it will look like, one second, this. And again, the beauty of downloading it is that you have in Adobe the bookmark tab. If you're curious, there have all of the chapters by topic. So there's greetings and departures, commands, compliments. One that I tend to use all the time is section 4. It's months, seasons, days, and time references. And so when I try to talk about the months in Tlingit, you can see them here on page 20. And this is the one I said today. Go ahead and unmute your mics and repeat after me. Disyadi.
Disyadi.
This Yeti.
Yeah. Dis is moon or month, and Yadi is child. So in Tlingit Renachsa, the month of September is translated as child moon, young moon, little moon. Seems to refer to weaning month when food is beginning to become scarce and we do with less. And then it has some variants for September. It's Disi, groundhog month, when the groundhog prepares its nest. And Disi, mother of the groundhog month. Okay. Any questions about Lingit Class? One way we like to use this resource is, for example, if Shaksani Kik and I want to teach you all about, for example, cooking, eating, and talking about food. I'll zoom in because I realize this is a little bit small. One really valuable way to use this resource, even for very beginners, is to go to the section that's of the topic of conversation you're going for and scroll through until you find a phrase that you can use, like we're getting hungry. translating something like this, We're Getting Hungry, from English to Tlingit using just the dictionary can go wrong because Tlingit is a very sophisticated language and you need to put the pieces together correctly. If you start in the phrase book, then all of these phrases were recorded during conversations with elders, fluent speakers, master speakers, and you can trust that it's put together correctly already. So this is a great place to start if you're starting to express yourself in the language. Just go through and pick a few sentences that relate to your feeling or the thing you want to talk about and practice the Tlingit translation. How many people in here have used Tlingit Reinachsa before? I see a hand up, couple hands up, a thumbs up. Okay, maybe 3 or so. 4 or 5, awesome.
Now we're going to be referring to this book a lot, so if you don't have it, I try to download it.
Yeah. And I'll put this link in the chat again. It's in the chat, but just in case anyone came late. There it is for you again. There's also a really good audio tool, and it is pretty close to Lingit Class in terms of the phrases that are on it. And it's this next one, Lingit Class, and that means hear it in Tlingit. So it was an audio CD with a CD sleeve that went in the cover, and then they've been digitized so we can find them online, listen to them and read along, and it gives you that added audio aspect, which is awesome. I'm a second language learner. I didn't grow up hearing or speaking Tlingit, so I tend to speak a version that's closer to English than true Tlingit. And then I'm always making the goal to close that gap between the textbook Tlingit that I've been speaking and practicing with, the master speakers, the people who grew up speaking. So when I want to practice, when I'm not online with Shakhsani Geek, I can practice using these tools. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So if you want to practice this at home, select the link and it'll have the first link you'll see is the text. So open up your text. It looks like this. And like I said, it comes from a CD cover. So it's square in shape and it's awesome. It's also organized by topic. And if you find the track that you're looking for, then just pay attention to which disc it was on, disc 1 or disc 2, and then the track title, track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4. And so say, for example, I want to talk about being tired, I want to practice my pronunciation, I would look at these 4 phrases, and then I would open up the audio book. So open up my link, select audio files, open it up, and they're organized by disc and track. So we have disc 1, disc 2. I want to look at disc 1, track 1, so I'm going to scroll down to 1, and it would be open here. And I'm just going to show you guys so you can hear. I'll select play, and then I'll open up the CD cover so you can read along.
I'm tired.
Hatutihuek. Hatutihuek.
It's time for bed.
Takawo aya. Takawo aya.
Go to bed.
Tayetenako. Tayetenako.
I'm going to bed.
Thầy tek quagut. Thầy tek quagut.
And then that's it. So they just put 4 phrases usually per track and keep it nice and short for you to practice. Any questions? Awesome. These were recorded by Johnny Marks, and he was Llugachadi. His siblings are all my heroes. I never had a chance to meet Johnny, or his sister Nora, but Nora published a lot of materials. Their sister Florence Shipley is a big time teacher. Paul Marks Sr. is an awesome teacher.
Jeez, Ak, did you have a question? I see your hand is up.
Like, sorry, I just must have left it up.
That's okay. Thanks for asking, Corey. Those are most of the resources I wanted to show you guys. The links are in the chat, but we're going to continue to use them. I know that people will need the links again. You'll have questions as you go, and that's awesome. Just as our classes progress, let us know if you have a question. Okay, we have 15 minutes left, and I wanted to ask you all some more of your topics of interest. But before we do that, Shakhsani Keek, was there anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, the recordings that you listen to is it's kind of scary if you don't already speak the language. But we don't go that fast in this class. We make sure that you can hear the words and how the sentence is put together. So for those of you that have no knowledge about the sentences and how it sounds, don't worry, because we're going to work with you on that. There was a verb dictionary that was put together, and I thought was really a good book of phrases on verbs. And See Alaska, the Heritage Program, thought that it wasn't good enough. Some of the writing or the prescription, anyway, the way they say things, they decided that they didn't want to use it. So it's if you have it already, it's a big yellow a book that has verbs. And if you don't have a name already, we have one person that's going to be working on that. I think verbs, adverbs and verbs, any words that show motion, it's a little more interesting in the name. Some of the names that we have, even if we could analyze it, we don't know why or how come they came up with that. But usually for the fun of the class to get help from those that are listening in, I think it's very good. But the verb dictionary, I think was pretty helpful to me when they started giving those books away. I just grabbed a whole bunch from my class. I've been giving them out. I don't know if I even have one left, but I still like to make use of it. They're supposed to be working on the new verb dictionary, but I haven't heard anything. Also, the works by Lance Twitchell for beginners is really wonderful, useful for you to just sit and look at his books. It's a beginning Lingit. I don't know if we have that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that we can, you can just, in your leisure, look through it and try to read it and just have fun trying to work it out. And it's pretty useful. And he starts out very slowly, and I think it really helps even if you study on your own. So Lance Twitchell is his Lingit name is when they wrote those books. So that's really helpful too.
While Shirley was talking about those, I pulled them up on the screen in case you wanted to see what they look like. And I have some things I can add to as far as how to find them. But Valerie, I see your hand is up. Did you have a question or comment?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to know how do you say Canadian Indian in Tlingit?
Oh yeah. One,
That
I
was my
think,
question.
yeah.
I think we didn't say Canadian Indian. I think we said the clans or where they're from. Usually, what helps me to understand who they are is if they say where they're from in Canada.
Yeah, good question and awesome comment. We'll talk about clans and land and names. One of the illustrations I'll pull up on the screen right now is the map, the Tlingit language map, and it has some names of people on it. I'm gonna zoom out, even though it'll make it kind of small, just because I want you to see the big picture for folks. You can see the interior territories here, the Tlingit land. The colonial border is like something like this, where it cuts through. It's not delineated on this particular map because this map shows the dialects of Tlingit and the traditional people of each land. And so one of the ways, if you're saying in general, interior Tlingit people, one term I hear is this phrase that means inland, and it's dakka. So sometimes I hear people saying dakka Tlingit for interior people. Really good question. And there's a clan table. We can look up clans based off the land and relationships, and it's really cool.
I'm really amazed at how wonderful it is to hear. I think the one person I heard was at, let's see, what's the name of the town? Teslin. I went there and got to talk to somebody.
Oh.
And he sounded like somebody from Angoon.
Oh, wow.
And I think he was because he was Deshita.
Oh.
Yeah. It's and there's some areas where they had to relearn Tlingit, but some of those places kept very carefully kept the language they perform at the celebration, and their songs that they sing and the dances that they do. It's hard to tell, that they're, unless you hear the announcement that they're from Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I know Zeus, I think James Crippen is from Teslin. Anya Lahash is from that area, but he's Ishkitan, I think. But yeah, so cool. Here's a picture of Nora Marks Dowenhauer and Richard Dowenhauer. The verb dictionary, I pulled it up while Shirley was talking about it, and I don't use it enough, which is why I didn't bring it up to you guys. I kind of forgot about it, but it's a really good resource. I'm gonna try to use it more, but like she was saying, you can look up verbs, which are action words or verbs, state of being. They can be a little trickier to look up than something like salmon or sunshine or something that's a noun or a thing. But this Tlingit Verb Dictionary by Nation Story makes it a little bit easier because they have examples for you.
And it also has an English part in the back. You can look up the English word and it can refer you.
Exactly. So like Shirley's saying, if you open the bookmark icon on the left, then you can open up the English to Tlingit side or the Tlingit to English side. Yeah, George?
Yeah, I was wondering, how do you get that index on the left?
Yeah, good question. So if you download this resource and then open it up on your computer on Adobe, then it can be hard to see since Adobe updated, but basically bring your cursor over to the left-hand side of the screen and there's this little tiny arrow pointing toward the center. Click that. And then you can see this book icon right here. And if you select it, then you can see your tabs where somebody placed clickable bookmarks that will jump you to that section of the book. So if I want to go, say I'm starting with an English word, I want to know how to say it in Tlingit, I'll select English to Tlingit. You can expand it using the arrow to the left and scroll down to the letter of the word that you're going for. Say I want to look up, I don't know, food. I'm going to zoom in since this will look small. And you can scroll down until you find food. You can also open your search bar and, oh, I guess it's a verb dictionary. So it would be like, say I want to do cook. And you don't have to select the bookmark for the letter like C, but it makes it a little bit faster. I'm gonna zoom in again. I typed cook and now I'm gonna hit enter. And there's entries here, example sentences. We found him cooking. Akadak ha adgas iyi. Did that help? Okay, awesome question. Any more questions or comments? We got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, there was also a small dictionary when Nora and her husband finally got the alphabet written so that it's usable, and I really appreciated that because as a teacher, for everybody to spell things the same and also to write the same letters. And this was something that was not available when the noun dictionary was written by a few people that got together and wrote the noun dictionary. In that particular book, Sea Alaska absolutely did not want to use it. And I go through it, and they're right, because it would be too difficult to make the correct spelling and writing, or to double check what the word really is for the nouns. But I've found it really handy to sometimes say, find out what a noun was, and to, do you have a word for this? Is it, well, yes, somewhere, to look it up, and that we did have a word for it in Tlingit, if not in Russian, maybe. So that's a very thin red book, and I don't know if it's online anymore, but Alaska School had that on their site, and you would be able to look that up. But I don't know, Alaska School still has that on their site.
I'll have to check it out. I saw Myron hold up. You have a copy of Lingit Class, which is really helpful. That's the phrase book. A little different from the dictionary. I haven't seen that small dictionary. I'd love to get my hands on one.
The noun dictionary.
Yeah, I haven't seen a small one like
Yeah,
that.
it's quite thin, but I found it really helpful to find out that we did have a word for it.
Yeah.
Noun, yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Awesome.
Even though the spelling was really bad, because people tried to make up or use letters or make a writing for the language as they go. So there was a lot of different examples of people trying to write that language. And that might be one of the reasons that they were having trouble with the verb dictionary too.
Hmm. Yeah. Good points. All right, guys, we covered a lot. Don't feel like you have to have it all memorized. We're going to continue using these resources in front of you, let you get more familiar. We got 1 minute left. Did anyone have a question or comment before we go? Shirley, did you have anything you wanted to close with?
No, I don't. I think we kind of overloaded everybody.
Yeah. Sorry.
So please come back. We will, when we begin the class, actual teaching of the class, because we're doing this because there's a lot of people that intended to sign up, but couldn't get here. So give them time to catch up and be with us. So we will start the class with culture, and you will learn a few words as we go along, and I think it'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Johan Silganal Chish, Achtuyak Eyich Satini, Stakat Johan. Thank you all. We feel good to see you. And so we'll meet again, same time this Thursday, same Zoom link. And so we'll see you again. Thank you. Have a good
Oh,